My TruckMate invoices are designed to help you keep track of service performed on your trucks. An invoice can contain multiple service records and can also be for more than one truck. You can use an invoice to create multiple new records. You can also include already existing service records that haven't been assigned yet to an invoice. From the Invoices page, click the New Invoices button at the top. The invoice creation process is broken up into steps to make the process quick and easy. First, enter the invoice number. If you do not have an invoice number, you can leave this blank. Next, enter the date of the invoice and select the mechanic. When done, click Next. If you would like to upload a copy of the invoice, you can do so here. You can also upload any relevant documents, such as warranty info. The system allows you to upload JPEG and PDF files. When done, click Next to continue to the next step. You will now be at the point where the record creation begins. If you want to add a new service record to this invoice, click New. However, if you want to add an already existing service record that has not yet been associated with any invoice, then you should click Existing. First, I will show you how to add an existing record. Click Existing, and then select which truck the record is for. You will now be shown all the service records that are not associated with an invoice for the selected truck. Click the Add Record button next to each record that you want to add to this invoice. The record box will change to green to indicate that it was added. Records that do not have mileage or costs specified will also prompt you to add the pertinent information. This is optional, and you can always add this information at a later time. If you do decide to add this information now, simply enter the information and click the Save button. Once you are done selecting the existing service records to add, click the Next button at the bottom of the page. You will now see the invoice summary. If you need to add more records, click the Add Records button, which we will do now, and show you how to create a new record. This time, I am clicking the New button to create a new service record. Select a truck. Enter the mileage at time of service and click Next. Now choose what service or repair was performed. If the service is not listed, click Other, and enter a brief description. Add any notes that pertain to this service. Click Next. Enter the parts and labor cost, or just enter the total cost of this service. If you enter parts and labor individually, the total will automatically be calculated by the system. Click Next when done. You are now back on the invoice summary page. If you need to enter more records for this invoice, click the Add More Records button. Otherwise, enter the sales tax for the invoice if applicable. Below the total, you will see a checkbox labeled, Override Total. In most cases, you will not need to use this. However, for whatever reason, you may need to manually override the invoice total. Checking this box will prompt you to enter a new total. Finally, if you have any notes relating to this invoice, enter them in the Notes section. When done, just click the Save Invoice button at the bottom, and you are done. The invoice and service records are completed, and the system will be updated.